You're watching ABC 7 News at 4, starting with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us on this Friday. The weekend is here and guess what? A cold front is too. We're going to talk more about that in just a few minutes, but get a look at this. Michael now off into the Gulf of Mexico, or not the Gulf of Mexico, the Atlantic, pushing off to the northeast. Top winds now at 65 miles an hour, so it's actually gaining strength as it heads to the northeast rather quickly at 29 miles an hour, and the pressure is coming up. It's 983 millibars. Actually, it's going to continue on its east-northeasterly course and eventually head toward France or possibly even Portugal. We are looking at the winds really pretty strong all the way over into Europe, up to 40 miles an hour. It's going to be a formidable storm there for those folks. Not a hurricane or a tropical storm. It will be extra tropical. For us, a different story here. We're looking at a cold front that has slid on through, and dew points are dropping. That's the big key. It's going to be a nice start to the Saturday morning. We're talking low temperatures in the upper 60s. We haven't had that since May, late May for that matter. And you can see some showers down to our south near Fort Myers and off the east coast near Fort Pierce. Currently, we have sunshine, 85 degrees. It's still pretty warm temperature-wise, but if you look at the bottom number there, dew point 70 degrees. That's going to continue to drop through the night and should be down into the low to mid-60s by tomorrow morning. That's the dew point. Now, the actual temperature will be into the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees to start the day off tomorrow. The pressure, 29.83 inches, and winds are out of the west-northwest at 14, indicating that front has moved on by. Temperature already down to 80 in Pensacola. Look at the low 80s in Jacksonville and Tallahassee. Still pretty warm and muggy in Key West and Miami as that front has not moved through that region at this point. But we are going to look at temperatures pretty nice throughout the area to start things off on Saturday. The Gulf water temperature has also cooled down. It had been all summer long and throughout the early fall into the upper 80s. Now it's at 83 degrees. That's due to the wave action kind of kicking things up and cooling things down. Arcadia now at 86, 84 in Inglewood. Northport, you're at 86 degrees, and Bradenton 86. So everyone enjoy the nice cool start to your Saturday. It's going to be quite comfortable out there, and we will see no chance for rainfall on Saturday. Comes back a little bit on Sunday, but not much. So the weekend all in all looking good. And by the way, the red tide report coming out in just a few minutes. Taylor and Scott, back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. In the aftermath of Hurricane Michael, crews continued their search through devastated neighborhoods of the Florida Panhandle, looking for anyone in need of rescue.
Hurricane Michael is now being blamed for killing at least 13 people and leaving more than 1.6 million customers without power across 6 states. ABC's Elizabeth Hurt is in Panama City, Florida with the latest.
The focus in Florida, saving lives.
Help is coming by air, land, and sea.
This woman airlifted to safety from Panama City as crews worked around the clock, sifting through the destruction Michael left behind. Home after home flattened and streets littered with crushed cars. ABC Chief Meteorologist Ginger Zee on the ground in Mexico Beach, now considered ground zero.
This is where we rode out the storm. The cement, the pylons did very well. Debris still filling the streets.
The storm ravaged areas still too dangerous. Officials warning residents to stay away.
It's still not safe to return, particularly to Bay County, Florida. Doing so, there's no infrastructure there to support you.
The National Guard searching homes for stranded residents.
Search and rescue.
And rescuers not just helping people, but also animals that are trapped, including these 4 kittens our Rob Marciano rescued from a home where the roof collapsed. These kittens now joining nearly 70 other cats and 35 dogs at this shelter, stuck in the dark and heat.
National Guard to the rescue.
The National Guard did evacuate the animals and staff safely. While Florida's Panhandle took the worst of Michael, the storm continued its destructive path up the coast.
Today, our state begins recovering from yet another storm.
It is now day 3 here for residents without power and water, and local officials say so many 911 calls are going unanswered because, again, their priority is search and rescue. Elizabeth Hurt, ABC News, Panama City, Florida.
Here in the Suncoast, the huge sandbags known as trap bags protecting parts of Lido Beach took a beating earlier this week thanks to Hurricane Michael.
Right, and despite them eventually collapsing at the beach, we're told they did do the job they were supposed to do. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us live from near the pavilion area of Lido Beach with more on what happened. Rick?
Yeah, good afternoon. The trap bags were right in this area, and as you could see, they are no longer here. They were here to protect the sand dunes. When the hurricane hit, the powerful storm surge wiped out these huge sandbags. This did raise a lot of questions about if they were installed properly, because there's usually a cover on it.
It failed because the waves just overcame it. It was more than what it was in that particular application designed to do. But then when it did collapse, it still stopped it from eroding. They only lost maybe a foot or so instead of losing 10 or 20 feet that they would have lost.
They bore the brunt of the heavy wave action. We did lose the bags, but it saved the dunes, and that's what was important to us, was to save the dunes.
And the city of Sarasota says they will be installing new trap bags here as soon as possible. Reporting live from Lido Beach, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Rick. Taylor joins us now with the arrest of a Bradenton man found with nearly $200,000 in cash.
Scott, the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office arrested Robert Flanagan for drugs and seized cash during a traffic stop yesterday evening. The Sheriff's Office says Flanagan was pulled over for the traffic stop but refused to have his car searched. The deputy says he reminded Flanagan of the canine's ability to detect drugs. Deputies say they found $193,921 and 8 grams of cannabis wax dab oil inside the truck. And Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is investigating human remains found in Collier County. According to the police report, 2 people working for a company that renovates homes found the remains on the work site. The home they were renovating is located on 102nd Avenue North. Deputies say they discovered the remains October 9th, and according to the Sheriff's Office, the remains have been identified as a Sarasota County resident. This investigation is ongoing. Some lawmakers are demanding the U.S. stop selling weapons to Saudi Arabia until U.S. investigators find missing journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Khashoggi is a U.S. resident but a Saudi native and is now feared dead. He hasn't been seen in a week after walking into the Saudi Arabian consulate in Turkey. Senators in Washington are now questioning American support for the Saudi military campaign in Yemen and are pushing for sanctions under a human rights law.
President Trump's unwillingness to set out any consequences or even a threat of consequences essentially tells the Saudis that we're okay with this kind of conduct and behavior.
The Washington Post reports U.S. intelligence intercepts revealed a Saudi plan to trap Khashoggi. Pope Francis has accepted the resignation of Donald Wuerl. The cardinal in Washington, D.C. has been accused of protecting predator priests who allegedly molested children for nearly 2 decades. Cardinal Wuerl has been under fire since an August grand jury report in Pennsylvania claimed he allowed priests accused of misconduct to be reassigned or reinstated while he was the Bishop of Pittsburgh from 1988 to 2006.
Wuerl has said he was doing the best he could at the time, but abuse survivors have said he could have done more. The Pope did not want to accept Wuerl's resignation, but did so at Wuerl's insistence and because it would be the right thing for the church in Washington.
Cardinal Wuerl has not been charged with the crime, and even though he has resigned, Pope Francis is keeping him on as a temporary administrator until a new Washington archbishop is named. A Turkish court has freed a U.S. pastor 2 years after he was detained and charged with helping to plot a coup against Turkey's president. The court sentencing Andrew Brunson to 3 years and 1 month in prison, but chose to release him based on his time already served. The case has been at the center of deteriorating relations between Turkey and the United States, heightened by President Trump's defense of Brunson. Turkey detained the pastor 2 years ago in the aftermath of a failed military coup. Still to come on your Suncoast News, Manatee County School District is asking for nominations to rename a high school as the controversy over the name continues. Plus, the YouTube robot sensation famed for previously performing backflips has now mastered the art of parkour. And a slippery suspect set off a school's motion alarm, and security personnel were taken aback by what they discovered next.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny'd been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Every week on Animal Outtakes, it's a new animal adventure. We visit a sanctuary dedicated to rescuing abused and neglected horses.
The hardest part is not being able to take a horse in, because we have limited space.
ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.
The Manatee County School District now taking name nominations for the new North River High School after many community members petitioned against it. The new school is currently being built in Parrish and is set to open next August. ABC 7's Jackie Kelly talked with school district leaders and has more about the renaming process now. Jackie?
Scott, that's right. Almost 2,000 people signed a petition to change the name to Parrish High School. And because of that, the school board has opened up a renaming process. Now, the school district says that in their guidelines, the renaming process has to go on for 6 months. The district opened up the process in August and will conclude it in late February, where the school board will hold a public hearing. And after receiving all of the name recommendations, will vote on the new name. Now, people in the community who want to submit a name can do so through email, mail, and hand deliveries, and do that through the district. And so far, district officials say that they received about 70 nominations. And at 5:30, you can hear from a community member who's very passionate about changing the name to Parrish High School. Back to you.
All right, Jackie, we'll watch that process happen. Thank you so much. Let's get to Taylor now in the newsroom for a look at what's trending today.
Scott, motions alarms at a Virginia high school went haywire after a class snake made a daring escape. School security officers responded to the alarm in a biology classroom and discovered a boa constrictor named Buddy was gone. News of the snake prison break spread, sparking hysteria. A Fairfax County Police animal control officer responded and rounded up the slithering suspect. It was put back in its cage and some security upgrades were made. And by security upgrades, I mean rocks stacked on top of the cage. Remember when it was a big deal that robots could walk? Well, now they can almost do parkour. Boston Dynamics released a new video showing its Atlas robot's latest impressive moves. Watch as Atlas bounds effortlessly over various obstacles. From this angle, you can see how it's able to move laterally while moving vertically. Such poise and grace for the metal man. Well, if you're not creeped out enough, take a look at this. This robot is nothing but legs, 32 to be exact. It was created by scientists from Japan's Keio University and the University of Tokyo. The idea was to create a robot that was unable to fall over. Experts suggest the design could be ideal for planetary exploration or disaster response. A harrowing start to the school day for children on a bus in Pine Hills, Florida. Take a look at this video. After colliding with a Jeep, the bus plunged into a swimming pool. The 9 children and driver of the bus were not hurt. Another bus picked up the kids and took them to school. The driver of the Jeep was hurt, but not seriously. Investigators say a dead animal in the road may have caused the Jeep driver to swerve into the bus. Hazmat crews were called to the scene because the bus leaked fuel into the pool. Let's send it back to Scott in the newsroom for today's consumer news.
Taylor, thank you. For all you diehard Black Friday shoppers, you'll be happy to know Macy's will kick off Black Friday early. The retailer confirming its department stores will open after its world-famous Thanksgiving Day parade at 5 p.m. This is the 3rd year in a row Macy's has opened on Thanksgiving Day. Macy's will stay open until 2 a.m. and then close for a few hours and reopen again at 6 a.m. on Black Friday. Facebook is cracking down on political misinformation ahead of next month's midterm elections. The company has shut down more than 800 pages and accounts that broke the rules against what it calls spam and coordinated inauthentic behavior. Facebook says spam networks are stepping up their use of sensational political content to drive traffic to their websites. Facebook has been under scrutiny since 2016 for allowing misinformation to continue on its platform. Let's get to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with our first alert forecast, and a good one.
Yeah, excited about this one, Scott. The red tide seems to be diminishing across area beaches by evidence of this particular time lapse on Holmes Beach. You can see folks out there, and the calm water conditions finally. Michael's effects and impacts are gone here, and it looks as though it's going to be a really nice start tomorrow morning. If you have early tea time, it should be quite comfortable out there compared to what we've had to deal with over the past 5 months, really. Well, we have some snow falling into central Illinois. That gives you an indication how cool things are getting right now. This frontal boundary is not going to move all the way through us, but we will have a stronger cold front moving through. It looks like on about the 26th of this month. Now, this one that's moving through now is going to cool us down just a little bit, but not a lot. We are looking for lower dew point temperatures, which are always nice, keeps the humidity down, and a few showers now down south, all the way near Miami, Pompano Beach, and spreading off toward Naples. The Futurecast is showing the clouds continuing to clear out of here, at least over land. There'll still be some out there in the Gulf of Mexico, but we'll start off with lots of sunshine tomorrow, and looks like it'll stay sunny too, with very comfortable conditions throughout the day, despite the fact temperatures will still warm into the mid to upper 80s in the afternoon. It won't feel as hot as a result of that lower humidity around. Now, as far as temperatures go, I mentioned the start of the day. This is a model forecast, and again, I think we may be a couple degrees warmer than that right near the coast, indicating 68 degrees, and in the 50s in Gainesville, 69 in Jacksonville, 57 in Tallahassee, and then warming up tomorrow right around 86, 87 degrees, but as I mentioned, it won't be as hot, or really feel as hot as it has been. And temperatures once again on Sunday morning, although this model says 68, I think it'll be right around 71. Although we'll see 60s across parts of the central portion in north central Florida. And then we'll warm up on Sunday into the mid to upper 80s. A little bit of humidity comes back into play on Sunday, so you'll notice a little higher humidity, but there's a slight chance for a shower or two late in the day. As far as the water vapor goes, you can see that dry air in place. That's going to be with us through most of Saturday. All the moisture staying well to the north and west of us right now, and there's no real problems as far as our weekend goes. The high pressure will move in behind this front, and we'll start to see those winds shift more to an east-southeasterly direction, and that begins late Sunday afternoon. Well, in the tropics, some good news. Obviously, we continue to track Michael, but that's no longer over land. It's moving into the Atlantic, having no impact on any land area at this time. Also, Leslie out there is still spinning around, and then we have Nadine getting beat up. It is a tropical storm, but I think it may be downgraded fairly soon. You can just see those strong winds ripping apart. It doesn't even look like a tropical system. And the system we were watching in the Western Caribbean has dropped to 0% chance of developing. So good news on that front right now. Hopefully it's all over. We still have a month and a week or so to go before the official end. 89 is what it feels like right now, but that dew point temperature will continue to drop throughout the night. As far as the national weather picture goes, you can see this storm system bringing some snow into central Illinois tonight. Colder air moving over the northern plain states. Here's a look at those temperatures right now. You can see it's 44 in St. Louis, 41 in Chicago, Toronto at 53, and so fall-like weather continues to grip most of the upper Great Lakes and throughout the upper Mississippi Valley. 64 in Dallas, that's some of that cooler air that's filtering in, even down south. As far as the high goes tomorrow, we'll take a look at some of those high temperatures, and it looks like we'll see temperatures staying pretty cool across places like Illinois and also into Wisconsin, Minnesota, as well as in Nebraska, Iowa, and Kansas. 70 for a high tomorrow in Dallas. That's nice. 74 in Atlanta. We'll still be into the mid to upper 80s, but it'll feel nice, right? It will be lower humidity around. Well, here's the forecast for boaters. Looks good out there. North winds at 10 knots, and we'll have a light chop on the bays and inland waters. As far as that water temperature goes, I mentioned earlier, it's down to 84. Actually, it's just popped up a degree at 84. And we are looking at a nice beach day, too, as a result of that high pressure moving in. So no mention of rain on Saturday, just a slight chance for a few late day showers on Sunday. And then we start to get back to summer again pretty quickly. As early as Tuesday, a good chance for scattered storms in the afternoon. Scott?
Okay, Bob, thank you so much. Disney fans, stick around. We'll have a first peek at the upcoming Aladdin remake.
I'm Linda Carson from Suncoast View. Coming up Monday morning live at 9, she leads ghost tours in Bradenton. See what this Ghostbuster uncovered when she tracked down spirit voices and things that go bump in the night at my house. We celebrate National Dessert Day with our favorites. Get to know a Suncoast lady who's following in the footsteps of a legend, and Brios is in the kitchen. That's Monday morning live at 9.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore, but there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver. And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small. So Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Here we go. We're going to go out there in the rain. You're going to get wet. All right, here we go. Go, bro. Okay, quick. Oh, yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Find out first at 4 with ABC 7 News at 4. Weekdays on ABC 7.
Disney releasing a sneak peek of the first trailer for the live-action adaptation of its popular 1992 animated movie, Aladdin. Check it out. Well, the new movie won't be in theaters until May 24th next year. The original Aladdin raked in more than $500 million in ticket sales. In this new one, Canadian actor Mena Massoud plays the main character. His co-stars include Naomi Scott, Will Smith, and Marwan Kenzari. In addition to Aladdin, Disney's also working on remakes of The Lion King and Dumbo. All right, let's get back to Taylor in the newsroom now with a look at the other stories we're working on today.
Scott, a woman in Northport started the Trash Bucket Challenge 20 to inspire people to spend to pick up litter. Coming up at 5, we'll tell you more about the challenge and how you can help with Hurricane Michael recovery efforts. And at 6, a recently adopted parking ordinance in Northport is leaving people around the community confused about the new rules. We'll explain why the city made these changes and how they impact you. And at 7, Alan Cohn will have an exclusive interview with former Florida Senator Bob Graham. And a reminder, ABC7 will be hosting the must-watch debate of the season. The race for Congress in the 16th Congressional District is one of the highest profile races in the country. Both candidates, Republican Vern Buchanan and Democrat David Shapiro, will face off in their one and only debate Tuesday, October 23rd at the Trapezoid, only on ABC7 at 7. If you want to submit your own questions, you can. You can send your ideas to Alan Cohn at Alan M. Cohn on Twitter. Let's check back in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a final look at the forecast.
Thanks, Taylor. We are looking at a nice beach walk tonight. Mostly fair conditions. It will be mild. No threat of any rainfall. North winds at 5 to 10. It'll feel nice out there. And the sunset will be right at 7:05. Days are getting shorter. Green flags flying out there for area beaches. Your evening planner for football Friday night looks to be pretty nice, too. Temperatures quite comfortable, in fact, down into the low 70s by 11 o'clock tonight. Are mostly fair skies, and it looks like we'll start off into the upper 60s tomorrow. Friday, right now, temperature 85 degrees, 87 here in Orlando, 87 in Key West, and temperatures currently across the region, all pretty much in the mid to upper 80s, some upper 80s in Lake Placid, also Wauchula. There we go, Wauchula, and 84 degrees in Venice now, 86 in Bradenton, and the Gulf water temperature now 84 degrees. Well, a cold front is moving through. We'll have the latest on that coming up at 5 o'clock. Scott?
All right, Bob, thanks so much. Thank you for joining us on ABC 7 News at 4. We'll see you again in about 30 minutes.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hut hut! It's the Gatto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gatto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gatto location near you or visit Gatto.com.
Gattle's got it. Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Your last chance for 2018 Honda Accords on sale is now during our model year-end sale. Drive new Accords for just $249 a month. Get an Accord, the North American Car of the Year, for less than the competition. With more standard features than Camry, Honda Sensing, multi-angle camera, turbocharged engine, and more. New Accords, just $249 a month. Your last chance for Accords, all on sale this week at your local Honda dealer.
I heard about the Dotole Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotole Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotole Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That would be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.